Hi there, it's Sandy here from Studio Oz Mosaics at Coorparoo, Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. This is just a quick little video snippet to show you how I show my students a method to keep the workplace under control. Very often when you're in the mosaic addiction moment and you're mosaicing away crazily and happily and in the moment, in the zone, you can get a big mess around you, and often the shards and the tesserae are scattered far and wide across your desk, maybe on your feet or on the floor, if you know what I mean. So this is a way I've worked out over a very long time, a couple of decades. We've had many systems and they all still work, but this is just the latest. Initially, we used a bottle, an empty wine bottle. It could be a kid's drink bottle full of water, a soft drink bottle, whatever. But what it did is inside a plastic bag, it held up the flaps, the sleeves. The reason I like to use clear plastic bags is I can see through them to what's going on around me, rather than a bucket or a bowl on its side or a basin or a fish tank, or maybe the fish tank, but it's just too awkward for me. I'm always in a hurry and I want to be able to cut here and then quickly sort out the shards or the shapes that I'm wanting and put them onto a paper plate or into a bowl, whatever you like. Clear containers are great. I like to see through things. Cut down 2 litre and 1 litre soft drink bottles are ideal, but we show that later in the moz, but this is just a quick snippet. So I'm set up, I've got my nippers to show you, and this is the old system, and it worked a charm. It was fantastic, but the water gets a bit heavy. If you change it, if you're cutting for ages and the same thing, your crockery or a lot of blue or whatever, it's easy because you're not moving it very often. But when you want to, and this often is the case, you might be working on a mosaic and you're cutting out some red and then you want to do some blue, and you start off well, keeping it all separate, then all of a sudden it's just everywhere, because who wants to sort when you're mosaicing? So this is what I've come up with, and it works for me, it works for Maureen, who helps me all the time, and our students lately just seem to love it. So what happens is, you can still use this, but if I remove that for a moment, I just put it behind me, and introducing this little gadget. It's like, I call it the tent pole for the cutting tent system, and it can go down. You can push them down and make them shorter. For our shorter bag, I'll show you over here, or you can pull them up as high as you want for a bit more support. So we open up a clip lock bag by tearing down one side. This is a clip lock bag, you can see here. The secret here, this is very heavy duty and it's large. We sell them at the Mosaic Mall and we source them specially. And so they're very strong, they're not too soft and floppy. So I just sit this little gadget at the back, and you can see this holds it up. If it was to flop a bit, if you're doing a lot of work, you could just put a bit of sticky tape, but I haven't found it necessary. Then I just get my trusty, my beloved Leponets, my favourite cutting tool ever, and I can snip away in here. So if I just grab a tile, so this big bag's good when you need a bit of room and you're doing a lot, but before I cut anything, introducing the minis. We've got the maxi cutting bag tent, and we've got the mini moz bag tent, and see, you can adjust that to whatever size you like, and this is a nice little light one. And to tell the truth, sometimes we may have 4 of these set up. We're cutting all our blues and greens in here, and another one, all our reds and oranges, our hotties, might have smalty in another and whatever in another and a bit of slate, but you can have them set up. But if you've only got one, it's really easy, because if I start by cutting in the mini, you may only be cutting some vitreous tiles and you're doing some shaping. So here we go, and watch, it's all contained by these flaps on the side. And you can cut down low, which we teach our students to have less pressure. Put the nippers on the table and cut. You can even do this way if you've got a bit of arthritis. And look at that. So now I've cut those and I think, but I want to do orange now. So usually you end up with them all in here, but I just lift out the antenna, the little tent and shake that over in whatever bag I've got set up. So here I've got crockery and here I've got some green shades, and you could have as many pots as you like, separate it out for colour, shake it in there, put it back, and off we go. If I'd done specific shapes, for example leaves and petals, I could have lifted those out and put them in the next one, which may have been for the shapes, and this could be the shards, because wait till you see what Pop and I do with the leftovers in our mosaics. But you have to come to workshop B or come to the moz online, coming soon, to see that. I don't have time here. So the little bag is great. So then I go and get another colour, just say I've got a brown. I might be doing a little fine nipping Look, it catches it all. And don't forget, I'm trying to do a demo and lean in. Normally I'm sitting down or standing closer. And look, it's just catching everything. It's just so easy. And then I want to sort those. I would go and get, I haven't got one, I may not have one set up just here because I didn't know what colour. But look, I've got mirror there. Here's some brown tones. I might put the earthy tones together. And I can reuse those again. And they're sorted, look at that. So just take that away, and then I'm using, you can sit that back over here, and the beauty thing is this folds down. Easy to transport, look, up and down. It's a little genius thing. I love it. And then I got it for something else, and now I love it for this. And they're available at the Mosaic Mall, www.themosaicmall.com.au, and we have specials on a lot of accessories at the moment, but they're just fantastic. And then say, so the bigger bag's good. If you need a bigger area to cut, you might have big china cups, or you can even sit your Hammer and Hardy in here. Anything, it catches the mess. So let's do a snippet here. These are just some more traced around for a class recently. If you want to, you can even cut on the plate. If you want to catch it in there, or a bowl, you can cut in here inside the bag. It's whatever easiest, but I just find I like this. And so I'm just going to nibble around here quickly, just to show you how it contains all the crockery. See, it's just hitting the side and falling in. And then we nip across here, and then let's go up this side. I'm not too worried about what I'm getting here. I'm just trying to show you. Very thick piece of china. Yummy, love it. Cut off across here. So I could just keep going, and I could pick up my bigger pieces if I wanted to very quickly and throw them into a different pot, or one here I've got called crockery. I could have it in there if I like, throw them in as I go. But all the little bits are being caught, and we do a lot with those little tiny shards as well. So just say I've made the perfect petal, I could put it over on the petal plate, but now I want to get rid of all those bits. I just lift out the lightest, it's so light, grab my little dish or plate or whatever you're shaking it into, lift it up and off it goes. And it's done. And on you go. So you can change very quickly. You can swap from colour to colour, or you can just head here and cut all day and sort them later. But we found it amazing. And onwards from this, in the MOS, or if you come to a workshop, you'll see how we sort them, stack them, and how easy it is for us to go and get colours already shaped, so not to waste new tiles all the time, because often we tend to go to a new piece of tesserae, don't we, rather than get what we've got, and we have got that nailed. So if you want to come to the Mosaic online school when it's up, you will just hopefully be gobsmacked at some of our amazing systems for working well at your workbench. No matter where you are, you could have this system in front of the TV, you could have sitting in a caravan, whatever, because when you finish, just pull it across, fold up your bag, fold it over. I never fold anything, but Maureen's really good at it. And there you go. You're ready to go. Just take a few containers or some paper plates. And we've got wonderful storage bags to store things in. So we don't ever throw the plastics away, we use them, but this heavy duty, the way to go. So I hope that's given you a bit of an idea, because we're really excited, and I'll probably come up with another idea by tomorrow, but this is the current one. So check it out. And I think you might find it's a fantastic way of keeping things tidy without cutting into buckets and big things. And also you can move it to the left, you can move it to the right. You could have this on a Lazy Susan, and now you have your little one set up. It's just so quick. The trick with the little one, I turn the bag inside out because it balances better. It's just easier to sit in here. Put the flaps down if I want, and off I go. Oh, let's cut something else. See my beautiful shapes we've been doing in class. And so let's go. Let's cut a half cut. Let's do a triangle. Pop it in the middle. Squeeze hard. Look at that. Perfect triangle. I teach my students how to get a great triangle. So I can then put that in the brown one. All done. Or keep nibbling. It's just too much fun. You can score in here. In the big one, you can score in there with your score and snapper tool, and it'll keep all the little bits together to shake out. So I hope you enjoyed that. It's just a little quick tip from the Mosaic Mall and Studio Oz Mosaics. Thanks for watching. I'll be interested in your feedback.